This record took a really long time after Twisted Prayers. Scheduling is always a nightmare for this band anyway, but between Exhumed and Possessed and then sort of 2 years of global pandemic. And it really, you know, if I'm honest, part of it was knowing that Human is such a universally revered record, and it's revered for its proficiency, forward thinking, and all these things that I don't necessarily associate myself as a death metal musician with.
I don't recall at the time many bands doing fusion, jazz, and progressive music in death metal in such a seamless way, you know. It opened up the doors for a lot of people, you know, including me. Every time I would, you know, be driving or something, I would play these 3 albums on loop. Human by Death, Focus by Cynic, and Control and Resistance by Watchtower. I'll listen to them on loop, play one, then next, and the next, and start over. I want to retrain my brain into finding those connections.
The legion of drummers that worshipped Human, that inspired so many of us. Dave Lombardo made me want to play drums. Sean on Human made me want to be a better musician. So I feel this pressure of the whole world is going to judge me. The imposter syndrome is significant because I am not the drummer Sean was.
We had enlisted Sean Reinert, who is a close friend of Gus's, to help us kind of produce the album, just to sit with us as we were recording and even as we were working on the songs, inform us with what went on while they were making the original and make sure that we were on the right path.
It's 2019, so we figured 2020 was time to make a new record. And I called him and I said, hey man, I'm terrified. Like, you know, now I got to try to do you. His honest response was like, what do you need me for, man? He's like, you're the one that's been playing death metal all these years. Like, you know what to do. He was like my closest friend. The friend completely eclipses the drummer. When he passed away, like both holes were just like excavated from my life. And Sean's passing, I become really, really close with his sister Patty. She lent me the snare drum that Sean used to record Focus.
The funny part about the snares is that I called Scott on the phone and I'm like, I'm getting ready to do this record. I was like, so what do you use on snare drum? I taped 451 to the 57 and the 441. Scott goes, no, I'm pretty sure it was a 421. And I didn't believe him. So I went on the internet and looked for pictures of his sessions, and sure enough, I found that famous picture of Pete Sandoval from behind the kit on Terrorizer. 421, big as life. I was like, damn it. And so Gus and I, just first thing we did is we just put that on a stand and just put a bunch of different mics on it. As soon as, we were in here cracking up because it was immediate.
Quite a sonic difference, and we were like, that's it.
Windows don't do nothing if you refuse to look outside. Gripping